So in this lecture, let's go ahead and learn how to create our very own action field right here. So if you have a look over here, right now we only have the delete field, and let's say we want to create a action which basically changes the category of products to default. So let's go ahead and learn how to do that. So let's hop back to our code right here, and in order to do the same, we first need to go ahead and define our very own action. So let's say I want to define an action, so I'll go ahead and simply define that action up over here in this specific class itself. So I'll say something like def, and let's say I want to name this action as change category to default. So this is going to be a method, and this is going to accept a few things. First of all, it's going to get reference to the object itself, and the reason why we pass in the reference to the object itself is so that this method understands which specific object or which specific item on the list do we need to go ahead and perform this action on, and that's why we pass in that product itself over here using the self parameter. Then it's going to need to have the request, and then it's going to need to have the query set. And the query set is nothing but it's actually the list of all these items in here. So now once we have that, what we want to do is that as we actually want to change the categories of all these items, that means we want to update all these items in here. So in order to update these items, as I earlier mentioned, these items are actually present in the query set. So I simply need to type in query set dot update. And now we need to mention what specific things do we need to update. So we need to update the category, which is nothing but a field in our model. So if we go to the model, we are talking about the category field in here. So we'll simply use that category field in here. So we want to set the category of the product to, let's say, default. So we'll simply type that thing in here. Now as we have this method over here, you need to make sure to mention this method over here inside actions. So in order to modify the action list, you need to type in actions, and the actions is going to include the methods which you want to be present in the action list. So we want to add this specific method in there. So I'll simply go ahead and paste it up over here, and always make sure to add a comma at the end. So now if I go ahead, hit refresh, and now if I go over here, as you can see, we have the change category to default option right here. So whenever I want to change the category of certain products, I can simply select those products. I can go here and I can click on change category to default. So when I click that, and when I click on go, as you can see, the category of these two items has now been changed to default, which means we have successfully added that field over here. So now let's say if you don't like this name and for some reason you want to change this name right here. So you can do that as well. So in order to change that particular name, you can simply go ahead and type in a line of code which says that you want to change its description. So you can say change category to default dot short underscore description, and that should actually be underscore, and you can set the short description to, let's say, something like default category. So once you go ahead, do that and hit refresh, as you can see now it says default category instead of having this long method name. So that's how you can go ahead and you can actually customize the Django actions over here, and you can actually create any action of your own choice which is suitable for your web app. So that's it for this lecture, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.